tried enough anything done yet today, so I figured this was it.
Good morning. It's about 6:30 and we are we're pretty much in West Yellowstone. We're right around the corner. I just passed the job and had to pop a Yui, but it looks like it's right here, and I think they might have just pulled in. Either they just pulled in or they're around the corner. Oh, no, that's them right there. So we've actually never reported with these guys before. We just ran into them at a gas station and gave them a card and it worked out. So I'm kind of excited. We're gonna be pouring inside of the shop. So we have to kind of Z in, that's why we're in the new truck. I'll show you on a map where we're at. It's kind of a cool spot right outside of Henry's Lake. Like if you look up here, just beautiful mountains. I mean, it's a cool place to be pouring. So I'm kind of excited about that. So we'll get there, get set up. Setup's gonna be a little bit tricky. I have to sit back far enough to be able to boom in. So, and I've never been here before, so we'll see how it goes. That's okay. I brought line too. I ordered some 5-foot hoses specifically for this, and I'll show you once we're in there. The boom's too tall, and a 10-foot hose makes it hard to sit in there. But I don't have them yet. They are in the mail. But we'll see. Hopefully I have them maybe for tomorrow. Problem is they've got some rain up here in the last little bit, so if I go off the gravel, I think I'd probably get close to stuck. It's pretty soft. Oh, maybe right here's the way to do this. Look, let me go check it out. What the plan is. Yeah, so we're gonna start on we got 2 doorways, right? We're pouring the right side. They're gonna split it in half. We're gonna pour the left side tomorrow. So he's got to put a screenboard in still. I'm gonna pull forward just a touch. I don't think I can boom in that main door. It's so muddy right here. I don't think it'll work. So I'm gonna stay about where I'm at, pull forward just a little bit, so I'm gonna boom in the second door, and then when I need to, I'll pull out from on the side. I think that's gonna be the best way to do it. So he moved his pickup, I'll pull forward just a touch, and they're gonna move the forklift, and we'll be good to go. It was nice down the valley, but it's not that chilly up here.
Yeah.
I mean, look back here. That is just beautiful. Not a better office in the world. Part of the reason I don't want to pull forward is because the ground's really uneven, so the truck would be at a slant, and that's not really how you want it to be set up. So we figured we'd pull back a little bit. It should look bad. You can see that back one's pretty soft, but we won't be off that side, so that's okay. Also, it's springtime in Idaho, so you'll have to excuse my allergies. That might be a little bit too close with how short that door is. It looks like a 14-footer, but we'll see. It wouldn't be very hard to put a hole in their fancy new roof with this if I wasn't being careful. So we fit just fine. We have that part figured out now, so I'm going to pull the boom all the way back out so I can prime out there, and then be good to go. So at the very beginning, because a little bit of water comes out, I wanted to know where they wanted it. It'll be probably out there on that little hill, just somewhere it's not going to be in anybody's way, not going to have a problem. So like if you look in there, the door's 14 feet. I think the inside of the building is like 16 feet. So this black hose is 10 feet, plus a little bit right here, and then this is 3 feet. So you got 13 feet, so it only leaves you like 3 feet of play at the top. Otherwise your hose is on the ground, which isn't ideal. So I ordered a 5-foot hose, so it only comes to like here,
just so then it's not so close to the ground, and it's just easier for them to work with, is the biggest idea.
So is there a specific brand of line that you recommend?
No, well, everybody has their preference. There's some really nice, expensive stuff out there that I think it is really nice, but it's a lot of money. But Alliance makes kind of a Conforms. Conforms is the brand, and it's their proprietary stuff, and I really like it. It seems to be good. To be honest, we don't pump enough yardage for that to really be a concern, but some of the other guys that are pumping in, like, you know, bigger cities that do 600 yards, 800 yards, they notice that, but we don't pump enough to notice that around here. So, okay, well, Mud just got here, so I'm gonna open up my hopper. I'm gonna have him fill up my barrel first, and then we're ready to roll. We didn't have a chance to get water this morning because Walters was closed when we left. So we're gonna fill up the barrel from the first truck and then pull water for our tank from the second. Also, we're running a little bit late now. So the reason today was kind of tricky. We have this pour, and then we gotta run to West Yellowstone and then down back to the valley. West Yellowstone's at 10, but right now it's already 8 o'clock. We're supposed to pour at 7 just because the batch is a little bit late, but that's okay. They're the same ones batching the next job, so we'll just run with it. Doesn't help to get all uptight about it because it doesn't speed anything up. Sometimes it's a little bit frustrating, but like I was saying, I mean, you could either get really ticked off about it or just roll with it, and no matter what, it ends up the same. So we do try to set ourselves up so that as far as the pump is set up, we're never the problem, you know. We try to make it so we can always be there and be quick. I also try to schedule spaced out enough so we never are the reason that somebody's day get messed up. But and it's concrete, so it is what it is. And I think also people are pretty easygoing about it just because they understand that. There's a few guys that get really uptight if you're late or if, you know, things change, but for the most part, everyone's cool, and we try to take really good care of them, so they're really forgiving. I mean, everybody waits on somebody eventually. If we ever have to wait on Mud, instead of calling and yelling, we just go with it, because at some point they'll have to wait on us. You see it snap right there?
Yeah.
It tried to plug, it didn't. The concrete up here is, you can tell by the way the mud looks, it's way different. Just the aggregate that goes into it and everything, you can tell it's a lot more angular. Note like this right here, see how sharp that rock is? You can tell there's no curve. So the tricky part about doing something like this is there's just a lot to watch for. Are you guys starting on this side?
Either side.
It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. If you want to go that far
Okay.
one or whatever you'd like.
Okay. I just don't want to mess up your grade.
What's this, YouTube?
Yeah, actually.
Trying to advertise you. Well, don't. Careful when we bend over.
That's what your dad said too. Almost identical. I'm gonna try to tighten this up so it keeps us at a steeper angle. Just this roof's so close to the height of the boom, you know.
It's gonna be tight.
Try that. Yeah, so I got to do a little bit of work on that elbow. It was flexing a little bit more than I like, but mud's on the ground. That's half the battle. So this is, you can see how a 5-foot hose would be really nice. We don't have a lot of play because of how long that one is. If you look back there, you can see how close we are to the ground.
What 2 points are you looking at here?
The ground over there and this room. Yeah, as you can see, I've got maybe 3 inches on top, less than that on the bottom.
soon as we put the cameras away, we had a little problem. So Jake's gonna kind of walk us through what's going on here.
Oh, we're a little bit late for our next job. This just kind of broke. It's raining. It's just kind of the perfect storm, you know. And it was so nice this morning, I didn't even bring a raincoat. Wasn't expecting rain.
This is the same day, by the way.
Yeah. So what happened, I'm not totally sure how it happened, but this gasket got all full of mud on the inside. It wasn't letting this, it was filling up this gap, pushing the gasket out, and that's why that 90 was cockeyed a little bit. So I'm gonna try to clean this out. I don't really have a chisel on me. So yeah, it's rainy, the pump, it didn't want to suck a bucket, but we had our sponges again. So we fixed that. I'm hoping after we do this, we won't have that issue again. So you can see these little grooves in there. They fill up with mud if they get the chance. So we need to grease this too as part of the problem. I probably should have done that a little better than I did. It's actually still in pretty good shape. This is why you gotta really love concrete pumping to do it. So we're gonna grease all this so it keeps water out and makes it so it turns nice. Good start to a Monday. It's kind of exciting.
This is having a hard time.
Yeah. Got it taken apart. I better just put it back the right way the first time. It would work better if I was a little smarter, but I'm not, so it doesn't.
Bear hug.
Ow, that hurt.
What's that from? What you do, right?
That's right. Lower it down just a touch.
Oh, let's see. That'll be one-handed. Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna try this. Oh, that was money. Not ideal, but we're good. I was hoping that mixer wouldn't leave so quick. I wanted some water from it. I'm not sure if I have enough to wash out. So, we'll see how it goes. That's when things don't go quite as planned. But, all things considered, we got our, we sucked a ball, and it sucked through fine, so our pipes are clear. The popper's full and nasty, but that's okay. A drop of water fell in my eye from the boom. Hurt really bad. I mean, the job itself went great. Clean out okay. And then we started to wash out, so we're gonna be kind of fast. It'll be a quick one. And we probably won't get it all the way clean, just because we gotta be really fast, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Not too bad of a deal. Pump's clean, so that's as much as you can ask for. Okay, so we're headed to West Yellowstone for job number 2. Job number 1, the job part went great. The washout part sucked. It was just kind of chaotic. And then the other mixer, I was supposed to grab water from the second mixer, and he took off because he had to go pour some sonotubes. Just kind of a perfect storm. So finally, we're out of there. I washed out. I was hoping to just suck a bucket and run dirty, but I couldn't, and I'm glad I didn't because we had sponges in there. So I got the sponges out, washed out the hopper. It's not perfect, but it's just, you know, not full. So did that. Now we're headed to West Yellowstone. We're gonna be about 45 minutes late, but that's okay because Walters is not there yet anyway. They were at this job with us, so we're gonna get there and be set up, I think, before Walters even gets there. So, because they only have 2 trucks up here in Island Park. So it should be okay. Not ideal. Stress was a little high towards the end, but got it all done. Pipes are clean, hopper's clean, and we'll get to the next one. So far so good. Okay, so we just got here to West Yellowstone and it is a mess. We just locked in the differential. It's a little poor. Oh my gosh, we're sinking bad. Like 106 or something.
Oh, yeah.
I've got plenty. I just was worried about if I'm not right here, the trees would be in the way.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's the perfect spot. I wish I could get in there, but my outriggers wouldn't make it out.
Gotcha.
I think that'll work.
Cool.
What are we doing, walls?
Yeah.
It's not very big. It just is, it's so muddy that they couldn't get a truck in. So this isn't ideal. I pulled it up on the right side, so I have to come off the right side, but that tree's right in the way, so I'm not really sure how that's gonna work. But either way, I'm gonna bring the tip all the way back to here so we can put the hose on gravel so we don't get it all muddy. So yeah, that last part, it got really hectic, but Mud's not here yet, and Walters got pushed back a little bit too, so that's not a big deal now, and this guy is super cool, which is nice. But yeah, they were gonna truck pour this, and they truck poured the footings, but it's just way too muddy to truck pour the walls. They got a truck stuck last time, and then they got even more moisture, so that's why he brought me in. Luckily, the boom's long enough, we were able to just set up on, it's still muddy, but it's not too bad, and that way we're not causing any problems.
So is this a pretty common reason why you have a job?
Yeah, there's two main, well, I mean, it's always just because a truck can't reach it, right? But the big reason in the spring that we get called in is because the mud's too bad around it, and because they're digging a trench to put their forms in, you can't get too close or it'll slough off. The other reason is the house, the footprint is too big, so one mixer, even if they could get to the edge, can't reach the middle. And then the third reason is the walls are higher than a mixer is, so that gravity won't let the mud run in, so we have to pump it up and get it in that way. If you didn't know any better, you'd think we were professionals.
It's just funny because most people on YouTube act like they know what they're doing, even when they don't.
No, we don't. We definitely don't. Everyone knows we're not professionals. That way they're not let down when they find out. We did. Just a minute. Mostly just that little window we've got for the trees. It's going to be kind of tight, and the mud is nasty. Also, washing out's going to suck, just because it's so muddy. And I thought we were done with mud boots for the season, so I didn't even bring them. Yeah, this corner will be a little tight. Shouldn't be bad though. I mean, it'll hurt the tree before it'll hurt the pine.
Alright.
And at least we're on the pipe side, you know.
Yeah.
If it was on the hydraulic side, I'd worry, but we'll be good. Actually, do you want me to just give you the hose? You can push it where you want and throw it in the wall once you get good mud? Yeah. Okay. Let's go around the back. That's soft.
You want me to get my backhoe and try pulling you up?
Yeah.
What? Hey, why don't you get the backhoe up there just in case?
We hadn't tried anything done yet today, so figured this was it.
No, you'll put the whole ass in this right on the...
I'm ready for it. Okay. Now for something dumb, I deserve dumb questions.
big rope, huh? This ought to be a little better. Not great, but not bad. Should start doing some more stuff, stupid stuff like that for views, but I hate to be honest and say that we don't do it for views. We do it because we're stupid. Which is a real bummer, because it'd be better to say that, but it's not true. I've taken quite a bath, so now I don't have to take it when I get home. Job went great, the pouring of it. Then I tried to turn around, not very bright, so we dug that massive trench. We were just doing some water drainage for them, you know, solving problems. They pulled us out, the Yankum ropes got us out, so shout out to them. We need a soft shackle. Last time I tried to buy one, they were out of stock, so I guess I have to get one of those. I had to wrap it around the front axle, so it looked like that, but it went pretty good, all things considered. Maybe I should act more like I'm in a crisis when that happens, but it's a lot funnier if you don't, you know? So yeah, overall pretty good. Now we gotta hustle back to Rexburg so we can pour for, well, St. Anthony actually, so we can pour for Santiago.